Hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me on the banks of the River Wye and we're in search of barbel and chub. I hope I find all your families well, you're all safe and you're out getting a bend in the rod. In last week's vlog I mentioned that we'd be on the Belmont estate again this weekend, and it was a pleasure to net the serpentine pool, get a close look at the carp, sort them out and finally restock some of the carp back into the pool. One highlight of the netting was it produced hundreds of these tiny little carp that will go into the stock ponds to provide the club with fish for the future. Before we get into this week's vlog, I'd just like to thank everybody who left such nice comments on last week's vlog. It's great to see that you guys enjoy the content and the videos have helped you in your fishing to put a few fish on the bank. Thank you very much and I hope you all have a fab time this weekend. Before we go to the banks of the River Wye, it is important, I feel, to show the sessions as they are, and as such we were fishing during Storm Francis and there is a lot of wind noise on the vlog. I will do my best during the editing to reduce it, but I do feel it is important, you know, to show fishing as it really is. And on this session it was a struggle against the elements, but I do feel that it is important that the vlog captures this. So I hope you enjoy the vlog as much as I enjoyed catching those barbel on the beautiful but wild River Wye. Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. A bit of a weird start to this one. You join me in the car, it's 11:15 at night, and what an adventure we've had already. We drove down the night before a session to the River Wye. It's a 3-hour journey from me down to here, so the hope is we can get a decent night's sleep and then be fresh in the morning to fish, but more importantly drive back refreshed and not tired. So what an adventure it's been already. I lost my charger to my phone, so we had to go around about 4 shops to get a new one of them. Arriving in the car park where we're going to spend the night is a church and a graveyard, as you can see on screen now, so it's eerie. But coming back from a bite to eat, we settled in for the night, just chatting, and then this happened. Sat in a church graveyard waiting for first light, and this just flew into my mate's car. Now my mate is a pest control guy, and even when he got out of the car, we all got out of the car. The size of that, if I put my hand next to that, yeah, I'll be shutting my windows tonight when I have a kip.
Oh yeah, baby.
If you don't see me again, it's been nice knowing you. Haunted church behind and hornets in front. It's proven maybe one of them sessions that's going to be a bit everything's against us. We've had a walk down to the river and it's carrying an extra foot already, and there is a storm due to move in tomorrow. So what the river holds for us tomorrow, we don't know. The plan is now to get a decent kip, and I'll see you all in the morning. The bad news, as you can probably hear on the camera, is about 12 o'clock it started raining, and it's been raining heavy now. It's currently 10 to 6, so we've had a good 6 hours of rain. So the river is just down the field, and no idea what type of river we're going to be met with today. What fishing conditions face us today, I don't know. I would imagine we're going to be fishing a river that's rising. It already had a couple of feet on it yesterday, so it's going to be a coloured river with a bit of extra water on, which is a lot different than the recent videos where we've been fishing them light lines, 8-pound line, small hook baits. Today, complete opposite. I think it's going to be 10-pound line and big smelly bait. So what we'll do is just wait for the gap in the rain, we'll head down to the river and see what awaits. So here we are on the banks of the River Wye. It's a wet, overcast, windy day. We took advantage of a break in the rain to get down on the bank. I've set up today, got a sunken tree in front of me, and it's creating this slack water here. As you can see, if I zoom in, you've got the bubbles, which are always a giveaway on a river, and I'm just on the inside of them, on the slack about here that's been created by this tree. baited up with the hemp seed, quite a lot of it. The river is coloured, you can see, and it is probably going to rise during the day. As you've seen on the opening piece, it hasn't stopped raining since midnight. Well, that's the swim that we're going to be fishing today. It's a 1 rod rule on the ticket, so the rod's in. I'm going to make quite a few casts just to get some smell in the water with that ground bait, and hopefully it won't be too long before we're stood down there playing a barbel. And let's see what the day brings. I'm sure it's going to be a roller coaster of a day. When fishing a river in these conditions, or any spate river, you know, safety is paramount. I've got my eye on that log there just to see if the river's rising, so I can keep an eye on it, and a plan of when I get a take. You don't want to get a bite and not have an idea what you're doing. So I'm sitting literally there, my rod's there, and the plan is to walk down onto that tuft there where my net is. It'll also give me somewhere to stand that isn't getting trod on all the time, so when I do stand on it, you know, there's less chance of you slipping. So I'll only be standing down there when I get a bite. Hopefully it'll mean it'll get, you know, a bit worn down, but safety has always got to be paramount, and that is what I'm on about. Have a plan, and always keep your eye on something where you can measure whether the river's rising and how fast. Time for the brew, and hopefully it brings those barbel out to play. There we go, the first fish of the day, just over £4, and the wind has kindly dropped for me. I imagine if we get any fish later on, there could be some voiceover in this vlog. An excellent start. It's taken probably about 2 hours to get the first bite, but more than made up. So the tactics for the session, all about creating that scent trail and smell down the river. We've got that Hinders Barbel Bomb ground bait. In there we've got plenty of the elips pellets that have been soaking in elips oil for the past few days. And into the ground bait I've also mixed in plenty of small cubes of luncheon meat. Over the top of the swim, lots of Cheshire Particle hemp. So you've got the smell to get them in and that hemp to keep them there. I was periodically firing chunks of luncheon meat, the noise of it hitting the water, and that flow of bait through the swim, I hope would attract the fish in. So the rig for the session is the korum bolt and run kit, down to a large feeder. That's down to 10 pound fluorocarbon, a size 8 grappler hook, and the hook bait that I went with on the day was a dynamite bait big barbel bait. The rod on the session was the korum xcalibre 1.75 pound test curve, and I teamed that up with a korum shadow reel. So with them tactics, it didn't take too long for the second chub to find the bait. As you can hear on the next piece, conditions on the day are already getting worse. So really quickly, second chub just over £4, £4.1. Just coming on a clear spot that I've found now, where I don't seem to be getting snagged on rocks. Firing that meat over the top and meat in the feeder. Second chub, one happy angler. Let's get it straight back. So after returning that chub, as you can see on screen now, conditions got much worse. That wind turned and was straight up the river and straight in my face. I stuck it out for as long as I could, but in the end, beat a retreat back to a more secluded peg closer to the car park. It turned out to be quite a good move. If it wasn't for the fact I'm 3 hours from home, I'd have called it a day by now. Proper wild day on the bank. So in this second swim that we've moved to, you've got a tree again on the inside bank, and when I'm fishing a river that's, you know, got a bit of colour and is slightly up, that is what I look for. You'll always get the slack and then the crease, and the crease on this peg is as close in as that. So I'm just going to keep throwing meat there, putting quite a bit of hemp in because I can reach it, and keep basting it up and just keep putting the feeder in the same spot in line with that tree over there, round about here. We've had 3 casts with the feeder. We've got the first fish, the third chub of the day. Been a bit of a grueler, let's get it straight back. And I guess reward for perseverance, £4, 10-ounce chub. We'll get there one day with that 5-pounder. We keep tickling that PB, don't we? Well, that's made my day, that. You're going to be a lot of wind on the camera, and that just sums up what a type of day it's been. If you stick at it, you can get some bites. And I'm going to leave this on the video because that's what it's all about. It's real fishing, and today has been what it's like. You take the conditions and you make the most of it. There we go. As they always say, effort equals success. And coming close in, been feeding that line for ages, just had that chub, and then this 10-pound 2-ounce barbel, my third double figure barbel from the Y, and buzzing. It's been hard, wind in your mush, the lot. As always, give them a good rest before they go back. Been in there probably 10 minutes. Back she goes.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
And when I say you can never have too much hemp, that's what I mean. That was full this morning. Gone through the whole bucket during the day, and especially in this last bit to keep them fish in the spot. That really is tight lines now. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. It's been mad. We've had hornets, sleeping in graveyards, wind, rain, but we've got the barbel and we've had a few chub. Time to get in the car and the 3-hour journey home. Tight lines in your own fishing. It'd be great if you could leave the video a like. I know it's going to have a lot of voiceover and a lot of wind, but it's real fishing. Buzzing, tight lines, and I'll catch us all next week.